Dear graduates, dear guests, studying at our faculty is more than exams and lessons. I'm talking about friendship and about the typical atmosphere at our Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. On behalf of all the graduates here today, I would like to welcome two students on stage. They both graduate as Master of Science in Environmental Science and Technology. Pinto Okowa and Bernd Hermans.
Dear Mrs. Vice Rector, dear Mrs. Dean, dear professors, the teaching and administrative staff, dear family and friends, and dear fellow students, allow me first to start by thanking Professor Anne Dumoulin for calling us on stage at this prestigious moment that we are all celebrating the tumultuous times that we've passed through. My name is Pinto Okowa, a Kenyan graduate in environmental science and technology, as you've been told. And from where I stand, I feel I represent the face of diversity that is evident throughout this great institution. In fact, if you look across the room, cultural exchange might just be the degree that we are celebrating here today. The 2 years of study have been full of success stories as well as challenges along the way. Personally, I had a fair share of nightmares navigating through the rigorous study schedules. This was the time we witnessed a pandemic that hit the whole world and brought daily business to a standstill. Virtual interaction became a reality for lectures and group discussions. Today, on behalf of all of us, I thank the faculty fraternity for making it possible for us to pursue and complete the journey amidst these difficult times. We are all here today with our heads high because we braved these challenges. The knowledge, the skills, and the resilience that we have obtained from the training in this magnanimous institution are our tools for playing a significant role in our part as the providers of solutions to the challenges that we face in our everyday lives. With the impacts of climate change glaring on our faces, food shortage, resource scarcity, and the spiking global population, we are at the prime position of playing a part in offering innovative solutions to save our home. We have been cruising on a ship that's crumbling, and now we are becoming part of the technical team. Are we going to let it sink? Thank you for your time, and congratulations to you all.
Dear Ms. Vice Rector, dear Ms. Dean, dear professors, teaching and administrative staff, dear family and friends, and dear fellow students. I remember well the day of my thesis defense of my first master's in physics and astronomy. I remember the moment I said, never ever in my life will I write another thesis. In my defense, being locked up for a few months in a row due to a pandemic with nothing to do except for staring at a screen and hoping some words will magically appear on the screen might not have been the best circumstances for writing a thesis. But here we are, 2 years later at another graduation, 2 months after handing in my second master thesis. In all honesty, I still do not enjoy writing a thesis. I probably never will, but I have not regretted once during this new Masters of Environmental Science and Technology at the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. I'm also very happy that we're here today. I'm here today as part of the first graduates of this new Masters. And I've also heard that while we started with 5, meanwhile there are 29 new students starting this year, so that's very nice. And for these pleasant 2 years, I have to thank several people. Many thanks to all the professors and teaching staff, and for giving us the education of the highest quality, even in times with many social distancing and other restrictions, which requires a lot of adjustment and flexibility on your side. Many thanks also to my parents for putting up with the students for 2 more years and giving me the wake-up calls I definitely needed from time to time. But most of all, thank you for giving me the chance to follow this program. And finally, thank you, my fellow students. I know we haven't had that much contact due to the circumstances, but I did enjoy your company during the last 2 years. What I really liked in this master's is the international context. And as you can see today, this is definitely a key feature of the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. I looked up some numbers of the nearly 3,000 students that were enrolled in 2021 and 2022. Almost more than 60% was non-Belgian. Having the opportunity to share stories, experience, and opinions with people from all over the world has made this program all the more valuable. As students from this faculty, we're at the interface between science and engineering, the bridge between the theoretical approach of the exact scientist and the practical implications of civil and industrial engineers. So in this sense, communication and teamwork are 2 essential skills for us. And believe me when I tell you that teamwork is stimulated at this faculty. In the first few months of this program, I had more group assignments and projects than in my 5 years of physics combined. So don't ever think that for all the students here present, that we have no clue what teamwork is. By now I've mentioned several things about this faculty: international network, communication, teamwork. But if there is one key word that I would link to this faculty, it would be sustainability. Sustainability is becoming ever more important in every part of our lives. We are faced with declining natural stocks of carbon fuels and raw materials, climate change, degradation of the environment in many parts of the world, both on land, but something that is often much less visible to the wide public, also at sea. We are faced with poverty, economical challenges, inequalities, and discrimination against skin color, gender, and sexual preferences. And we are faced with violations to peace, recently also in Europe, but for much longer, and we should not forget this, in many other parts in the world. So here at this faculty, we are prepared in the best way possible for several of these sustainability challenges, so that we can help address them and secure a better future, not only for ourselves, but for future generations. And I sincerely believe we can make a change. We need to believe that we can make a change. So thank you again, dear professors and teachers, for all your valuable lessons. Thank you all, staff of the faculty, fellow students and family and friends, for being here and sharing this wonderful moment with us today. And to my fellow students, one final message. As our dean said in her welcome speech, this is the end of a journey, but let it also be the start of a new journey. A journey where we take the future in our hands. Let's make it better. Let's make it Let's do our best to make it wonderful. And most importantly, let's do it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Pinto and Bernd. It's always nice to hear our students talking about their experiences at our faculty.